Just over a minute played here in the start of the game. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Stolen by Vujicic. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. And Ricky Rubio gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Anthony against Wiggins. Anthony drives in, and the shot is good.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
The alley-oop. Got a piece of it, but he stays with it. Lopez with the steal, and pushing it up. Here's New York. Got a hand on it. Here's Levine. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Wiggins with the block.
Certainly not the dream start they were hoping for, going 1 for 4 early.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
Porzingis can't hit.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Wiggins drives in.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
The Knicks making a switch here. Aflalo's checked in. Fires the 3. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
And it became clear that thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
Grant, he's checked in for Jose Calderon. And Rubio kicks to Towns. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future. Can possibly work in New York for a year or 2, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Now Prince. And Jaren Grant missing on that last 3-pointer. Outside Anthony. Will it go? The shot no good. And Minnesota now the other way. And Muhammad kicks to Prince. To the wing on the left. Shoots a 3. Muhammad, no luck. Knicks trail by 10. And now in transition, it's Aflalo. Here we go. And Lopez throws it down.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, he does not waste one of them.
And you know what? It's always going to be a powerhouse finish with him. We know that for sure.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for New York. Williams comes in for Porzingis. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
You know, for Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. After signing Melo to a max deal, the Knicks management expected a bunch from him. But with the new offense and a bad knee, it didn't happen.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And getting back to Carmelo last year, that team really became devoid of talent. In some games, Greg, in games that he played, he seemed like their only scoring option.
You know, we talk about needing a big three to compete for a championship. And for over half the season last year, the Knicks basically had a big half. I mean, because Carmelo missed that half. And when the deck is stacked against you like that, sometimes it's better to fold your cards and live to play another day. And that's really what Carmelo did.
Timberwolves leading by 9. Inside.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
The Knicks shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great, about 77% as a team.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
Hamid dishes to Garnett. Up and in on the layup.
Yeah, heads-up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Grant the pass to Seraphin. Banked in off the glass.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Tayshaun Prince for 3.
He gets it up. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Minnesota on top. They lead by...
Ladies and gentlemen, your Knicks City Gangsters.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
We've got Robin Lopez. Porzingis is out there with Vujacic. Then there's Calderon, and it's Galloway in at the point. They're the group New York will start the second with. Here's Lopez. Jones trying to get open. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Lopez. It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
Wow, it was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league.
The sense it won't be too much longer. They've got a really nice core to build around, and I think could be special, especially Andrew Wiggins.
Anthony's checked in for New York. Timberwolves leading by 6.
And as you mentioned, the Wolves could be back in the playoffs in due time. They are headed in the right direction. Some mistakes have been made along the way, but you have to like their future now.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Hey, for Zach LaVine, the dunk contest last season was his coming out party to the world. He put on a show that everybody in the NBA was buzzing about.
He hits both from the stripe. And for LaVine in his dunking, if you saw him in college or last season, you knew he was a very special player in the air.
Well, LaVine can be one of the great all-time dunkers with his height and ability to lift off. He gets airborne so effortlessly that there are few that can match his power and finesse once he's airborne.
Knicks trail by 8. Passes to Carmelo. Feeds to Lopez. Knocks it loose. Vujacic kicks to Calderon. New York moving it around. 5 on the clock. And the rejection by James. And it's out of bounds to the Knicks as New York retains possession. 2 on the clock. Anthony. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Timberwolves leading by 8. And Rubio kicks to LaVine. Fires the 3. They get it back.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
That's good. Vujacic has got his first basket.
Fire that pass down the court, guys. I mean, that's the best way to keep the fast break moving.
Wiggins kicks to Towns. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the 2-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
New York calls timeout. 1 year out from the big Kevin Love for Andrew Wiggins trade, and you have to think that the Wolves are pleased. Wiggins, Clark, has looked amazing.
Yeah, to get talent from a player who wants out is one thing. To get a player of Wiggins' caliber is a whole nother level, and that's a good get for the Wolves.
And so it's New York with it, trailing here by 8.
And for the Love and Wiggins trade, we knew that it could take several years to properly evaluate, but Wiggins was just so good his rookie season.
And Rubio kicks to LaVine. Kicks it out to Rubio. Out to the right wing. Lets it go from deep. And he gets it to go. LaVine's got 13 points.
He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
And I think that is a key part. Wiggins was so much better than anyone expected as a rookie. People figured it would take him several years to develop, but he was the most NBA-ready player of the class, and I think that caught a lot of people off guard.
And they're able to recover. 6 to shoot. Anthony drives in.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see. I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's gone wrong with him this quarter. He's really fallen off.
Hey, guys, for Zach LaVine, once he finally got comfortable last season, boy, did he beat up. He shot 42% over his rookie year, but 47% over the last month. I think that gave him a lot of confidence as he's entering into year 2.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Kevin Serafin, who's checked in for Lopez. Flalo comes in for Sasha Vujacic. And it's Grant in for Jose Calderon. And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Porzingis. You know, as Greg was talking about, LaVine was a lights-out shooter at times in college. He would go on these binges, falling back from 25 feet and draining it. I mean, unreal shots.
Well, it looks good when they're going down, but he also can bend, shoot you out of a game. So pick your poison.
Williams, he's checked in for the Knicks. Wiggins drives in. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. There's the dish to Anthony. Looking to end his cold spell.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
Another miss by Minnesota. Knicks trail by 6. Aflalo dishes to Grant. And stolen by Jang. Towns, the pass to Levine. Shoots off the screen. And that's an air ball. Not even close.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much. Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
So far in the game for Anthony, 9 points and a decent little assist total for him, too.
No doubt they'd like to see that carry over to the rest of the team. Get good assist numbers all the way around.
And the Knicks making a change here. Galloway's checked in.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum. Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
Begovic with a screen. Got a piece of it. The Knicks with the lead.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
And Muhammad kicks to Prince. Timberwolves keep it alive. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Jones for 3. Again, the miss by Jones. Some firepower, Clark, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air of confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
Here's Muhammad. It's tipped. And they'll keep possession. Good on the shot. The 3 from Anthony. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's a... Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looks like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He was just like a jitterbug out there. I mean, disrupting passes, getting his hands on a lot of balls, forcing turnovers and steals. Just a solid job all the way around.
Like to watch him play like that. Makes the game so much more interesting.
Yeah, it looked a little bit like Greg Anthony in the day. A jitterbug or maybe a gnat with the kind of nuisance he's been as far as defending. Excellent work at that end of the floor for him.
And Kevin Clark's the only guy I know that can call you a gnat and mean it as a compliment.
And make you feel good about it.
I appreciate that, Clark.
That's good, Clark.
That's his first personal foul.
Checking out the group for Sam Mitchell to start the second half. Higgins outside at the 3 with Anthony Towns at the 4. Rubio and Levine teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Jang in at the center position. The drive by Anthony. Here's Porzingis. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Minnesota really had a rough year last season. A lot of people know that, obviously. A lot to do with their defense. Greg struggled in almost every defensive metric.
Yeah, and, you know, they struggled at times guarding the basketball, but ultimately I think the biggest issue for them was their inability to protect the rim. That's an area and a point of emphasis that has to improve for this young team.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
Timberwolves trailed by 10. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure. 3 straight misses here to start the second half.
The offensive rebound. And there's the pass to Calderon. And stolen by Jang. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
The Knicks making a switch here. Grant's checked in. The Knicks leading by 10. Pass to Porzingis. And there's the feed to Vujacic. Down low. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. And here's the break. Got it. Nice one there from Levine. Levine's got 18 points in the game.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Chang against Lopez. Kicks it to Vujacic. Grant outside. Clock at 4. Porzingis. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
A three-pointer. Wiggins. That drops. 5 points in the game.
As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Yeah, it took them a while, but now they're starting to get into a flow from outside. And boy, is that time.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. A lot of comparisons have been made about Andrew Wiggins. Kobe Bryant, in fact, Clark went as far as to say that he sees a lot of himself in Wiggins as a player.
Ultimate compliment there. I mean, that's exactly what Kobe Bryant just gave him. Wiggins has the chance to reach that level, I think.
Pass to Vujacic. He dishes it to Lopez. Kevin Garnett with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Muhammad's got it. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
So for the Knicks, Flalo comes in for Sasha Vujacic. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Jose Calderon. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Talking about Kobe, seeing Wiggins as a young version of himself. The skill set Wiggins has is eerily similar to that of a young Kobe.
Derek Williams, he checked in for Porzingis. Aflalo, no good. Jones with it. Williams picks him up. The turnaround. That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down now to just 6, and the basket from Kevin Garnett.
For me, the one thing that set Kobe apart and made him a champion really was his work ethic. If Wiggins can improve and work like Kobe did, then like Kobe, the sky could be the limit.
Here's Muhammad. Kept alive, Minnesota. Poked away. That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Lopez. Here's Garnett. The jump hook. And it's off the back rim. No good. Finished off the break.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Grant. That's good, and so Galloway with the assist. And now it's a 10-point New York lead. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for New York.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort to the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
That's now 7 straight for them coming from fast breaks.
Yeah, and they're making it look easy, guys, running it down the opponent's throat.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Back to Grant. And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That's his third foul of the game. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for New York. Here's Anthony. He's got 15. And stolen by Jang. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. Got that one up quick. Wiggins has got 7 points in the game.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
Offensive rebound. Seraphin dishes to Williams. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Minnesota calls timeout. Here's Levine. No good on that last second attempt there. And here at the end of... And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Timberwolves trail by 11. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then there's Calderon. Then it's Anthony. And it's Galloway in at the one spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
I tell you what, they've got a nice reservation for him over on the bench if he keeps this up. 4th turnover already.
Levine can't hit.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Outside Anthony. Looking to get back on track here. The shot is off. And Minnesota will come the other way. The drive by Rubio. He feeds it to Towns. To the left wing. But they get it back. Lopez with the steal. It's deflected. Stolen by Rubio. And it's blocked. Here's Towns. Excellent D there from Anthony. The Knicks leading by 10. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Stripped it away. And a fast break now for the Knicks. Calderon leading the charge. Anthony with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Anthony drives in. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
And the Knicks making a change here. Vujacic is checked in. Here's Levine. He kicks it to Towns. Lopez with the steal. And that one's good, Anthony. And the Knicks lead by 12.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution. Wow. Wow. What a great performance from him. He's hit 3 in each half.
And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. And that'll be his third foul so far. Here's Levine. Jacks up a 3. Rubio misses.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
The Timberwolves working the ball around now.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
Tipped away. It's stolen by Anthony. Plenty of space. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon.
And he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
The three from Anthony. Shot is off. Good D by Jones.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
And Garnett misses. The Knicks leading by 11. Here's Lopez. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
And I love the fact that he didn't have